Hi, welcome to the new video on this channel. This video is for you if you are new to the data field or you are a seasoned data professional. Why this video is for you? Because this video is an introduction to the very important tool in the data ecosystem. Without this tool or without the likes of these tools, data will not really tell the story, and data business will not really have intelligent part of their business. They will not really know what is happening in their business. So that's why we are bringing this video to you guys to learn how to use these tools and to learn how what are the important things about these tools. So this tool is what we call Power BI. So we call it Power BI, but what it encompasses, what it's doing is business intelligence. So that takes me to the next slide. So what is Power BI? That's a very, very big question. Power BI is a data visualization tools. You can call it tools, you can call it platform, and it's developed by Microsoft in the year 2015. I mean, July 24th of 2015. But before the release of Microsoft Power BI, Microsoft Power BI is already in as an add-in tools on Microsoft Excel. So the combination of my Power View, Power Query, and Power Pivot, it's what it brings together into a centralized platform to use as a business intelligence tool. So Microsoft Power BI is primarily used for business intelligence purposes. That takes me to the next slide, which we are going to be seeing, talking about the Power BI architecture. So Power BI architecture. So first of all, Power BI is a tool, just like I said earlier, that helps business to know what is inside their data without them having to be doing too much. I mean, having to bring all tools all around just to say, okay, this tool is going to be cleaning for you. This tool is going to be is what we'll be using to do the visualization. This tool is what we are going to be using to do the presentation of our data. So this encompasses everything together for you. So in this Power BI, you can do data preparation. I mean, you can transform your data, you can extract your data from all the different sources. I mean, from Excel, from databases, API, and all. Then this part is very, very important, transform data. So that's where the data analytic engineer comes in, where you need to make sure that this data is well transformed. This data is how it's supposed to be for the business to have correct insight into their data, to know exact what their data is saying. So this is where you comes in. So the people that use this Power BI are data analytical engineer, Power BI developer, data analyst. Obviously, you are going to be using this tool. So think about analytical engineer as someone that is good, as someone that have these data engineering skills, not core data engineering tools, but the transform, the ETL of data, and knows how to use BI tool and make sure that, okay, the intersection of the two. Now I know how to do data engineering. I know how to do BI. So now I want to make sure that the data that's going to be coming from the engineering part and the data that's going to be going to the BI part are well structured, and they are what the BI needs, not that we are just going to be feeding from the raw data into our BI. It's because if we tell wrong story, business is going to make wrong decision. So then this Power BI, this Power BI can serve as where you can actually transform your data with the tools like Power Query, which we are going to be touching on this video. Then we have dashboard and reporting. Then we have like KPIs. This is what scorecard means. Then the business user, people are going to be using the entire report. So that's basically Power BI. Then we are going to now talk about what is BI because we can't talk about the aspect of the tool, the Power BI tool, without talking about what BI is essentially. So BI is business intelligence. And what business intelligence means is that it refers to the process of you analyzing your data, I mean business data, and presenting it in user graphical ways, such as dashboard. So you are you have your data, right? And you are providing information from your data, meaning that you are building intelligence on that your data. Now, business people have insight into what the business data is telling them. So that's you now and making sure that okay, business is running and it's not just running alone, it's running based on the intelligence of what is happening in business. They have knowledge of what their business is all about. So it makes them to make more insightful decision to make more driven decision, data driven decision. It makes them to make more actionable decision. It makes them to do business better than just doing it without you using business intelligence app tool, right? So that's what business intelligence is all about, essentially. Then this is like an example of what BI looks like. This is dashboard. And what this is tracking is that the KPIs of the business, how the business is performing and all. So that's what BI is just like an example of BI. But we have how what BI involves. BI involves collecting of data, analyzing of data, presenting of data. Basically, that's what it involves. Although in these three things that I put together, right? There are some sub into it, right? Collecting of data. Before you collect data, you must have no data that you want to collect. You must have information. You must have knowledge about the data you want to collect. So those are the sub under the collecting of data, which we are going to go deep into. Then analyzing of this data. Without you making sure that this data is well structured, is proper, is the way it's supposed to be, with the one that are meant to be refreshing, the one that are meant to be returning gender is returning gender, the one that are meant to be returning numbers and returning numbers, the one that are meant to be returning text and returning text, right? Then the next thing is that after this data is well structured and you've analyzed it, then you present this data in a way that it's helps the business people to make this decision. So that's what it actually involves essentially. Then we are going to now look into the aspect of BI. Then we have what we call data gathering. We have what we call data transformation. This is actually, I'm going to emphasize on this data transformation. This is where data analytic engineer comes in because they make sure that this data is what we call it like this data is well and structured, is clean, is giving correct information. Is giving correct information. Then data visualization. So sometimes, as a data analytic engineer, you might be the one to make this quick dashboard, quick report because you actually make this by cleaning this data, by transforming this data, you've actually reduce the stress on the visualization part of it. Your your visualization would have stressed you if there's no transformation part of it and it's lying on the analytical analytics and a data analyst person. So if you are a data analytics person, you've made sure that this data is clear, is transforming, well structured, and is in a usable form. So you building reports from this is going to be as easy as the way it's supposed to be, right? So that's basically then data visualization is a very key, big key aspect of BI. Then, so that's what data is all about. And we have what we call data visualization. As you learning data, Power BI is very, very important. That is very, very important, and is a topic that we can never skip talking about data visualization. So we have to understand what data visualization is actually. So data visualization is a visual representation of data or information. We all know that data and information. Yeah, that's what we all know about. So then its goal is to communicate data clearly and effectively to the readers. So that's basically what data visualization is doing. So then we have data, different type of visualization, which we are going to be going into deeply, but I'm going to just mention view. So we have the likes of chart, uh, line chart, bar chart, pie chart, and me, I believe we might have had this before, or I've done maybe one or two reports before in the past. Then we have something like infographics. These are the visual representation combining text and graphics together. Then we have diagrams, we have maps and all. So that's basically what it's all about. Then why data visualization matters? Data visualization matters for clarity, insight, storytelling, and decision making. So without me having to do too much talk, we are going to dive into Power BI now. We are going to go into the tool itself, what the tool entails, how to use the tools, and what to use the tool for. So I'm going to off my slide now, and okay, yeah, thank you. So now we are in Power BI interface. So this is the Power BI landing page. Immediately that you open Power BI, for those that don't have Power BI on your laptop, kindly download Power BI from Microsoft Store. Power BI is there, it's free. So when you download it, immediately that you open it, this is what you see. This is landing page of Power BI. So first of all, at the left hand side here, you're going to see home, and basically we are home. We are at home now. Then you are going to see open file as well. So this is where you are going to see the tools. I mean, all other Power BI reports that you've worked on before. Then this is where you are going to sign out. If you want to sign out, this is where you are going to, maybe you want to click on options to see some information about your Power BI. You want to do some settings and all about your Power BI. It's coming up, and this is where you are going to see the information. Waiting for that, something is going to pop up. So this is where you are going to set information about your data Power BI. Then this is where you are going to see load and transform. So this is where you are going to see the information about the Power BI, the settings, the necessary settings. And this is where you are going to set about your data load, the Power Query editor, the direct query, and all other information like that, which you are going to be going deep into later on. And right here, I'll go back to my file, which is going to take me back to where we are before. So this is where you are going to see about what is exactly, I mean, the current version of the Power BI currently using. This is where you are going to be seeing it. Then this is the actual interface. Let me say, okay. So by clicking on this, we are going to go back to home. I'm coming. Okay. So if we go back home to the home, we are going to see other Power BI stuff here. So we are going to see home and click on blank report. So I'm going to click on blank report. So that's where I want to create a new report. So let's say, okay, we are creating a new report using the blank report. So something is coming up for me. It's kind of like takes few seconds to load. So yeah, I think I have it. I think I have it. Coming up, working on it. So at the top right here is what we call tab, and at the top right here, underneath is what we call ribbon. So each tab has its own ribbon. There's ribbon in each tab. Under insert, there is ribbon under insert. Under modeling, there are ribbon under modeling, view, optimize, external tools, and all. So those are the information that you are going to see underneath. Then at the right-hand side here, which is currently loading for me, but let me just open the one that has already loaded. So this is where you are going to see the report view. This is where you are going to see the table view, where we load the table into Power BI. So this is where we are going to see the relationship view. This is where you are going to see the DAX query view. And this is where you are going to see the TMDL view, which is going to be this DAX view, and the TDML view is what you are going to actually be focusing majorly on as an analytical engineer, because you are going to be doing more of like coding and doing more of like making measurements and all and all. So yeah, then before we go, I'm going to show us how to connect to different data source. Power BI can connect to more than 1,000 data source. So we can connect to Excel sheets, another Power BI semantic model, data flow, data vars, SQL server on your laptop, analysis service. I mean, file. You can connect to as many as possible as you want. So I'm currently loading to see more data source that you can connect to. So like you can connect to thousands of it. We are connected to JSON, folder, PDF. Uh, think about it. I mean, PostgreSDB, Dataflow, Microsoft Lakehouse, Warehouse, KQL database, and so on and so forth. We can create to connect to the Microsoft Fabric, and because the reason why I emphasize on this Microsoft Fabric is that is one of the big and the most important part of analytical engineer on Microsoft platform. So it brings everything together. This is the actual major things that you are going to be focusing on, which is Microsoft Fabric. So you can connect to Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft Fabric product like Data Mart. You can connect to Data Warehouse, Lakehouse, SQL database, data flow, and all and all and all. You can connect to data platform, Azure, and all and all and all like that. So that's basically the interface of of Power BI. Then at the right hand side here, we can see where you can bring in your visuals and all. So in the next video, we are going to be connecting to database, and we are going to be going deep into what we call data modeling. And on this data modeling, before we get into data modeling, I'm going to be taking us deep into the aspects of data transformation. And this data transformation, how to break down data transformation, how to normalize your data, how to denormalize your data, then the concept of data modeling, which brings in the dimension and all. So see you on the next one.